Cortez was last year's Rookie of the Year. His numbers could have been higher in terms of points, but look at where he stands in terms of assists per game and steals per ball game. Well, they stand to be at the forefront of LaSalle. LaSalle is a different team today, Seb. Look at the Greenhorns. Kabatu, Gavino, and Sharma. Gavino out of LaSalle Green Hills. Christian Kabatu, son of ex-pro Stanley Kabatu out of St. Vincent. And Sharma, who won't be suited up today, comes from San Sebastian. And so, it's going to be very difficult for these three guys to just blend in.
And on the other side of the floor was, while we attempt to hear each other in the din here, Ateneo, of course, on the other hand, a team that managed to reach the Final Four, unlucky against FEU when they had the beat twice advantage. But it could be a different team this year because they are 2 years older.
Oh yes, definitely. It came to just one stop save last year, and a lot of Ateneans, most Ateneans, including you would forget that shot of Pico Roldan. But Carter, you forget that last year. It's going to be a different season for them. They've honed up. They're very mature this year. I think Rich Alvarez, Rainier Season, Enrico Villanueva, they're going to be terrorizing UAAP 64.
And when you talk about the Ateneo, going into this game, they're wary about the height advantage that LaSalle may have. But of course, when you talk of the Blue Eagles, you're talking of these three.
Oh yes, Rico, Rich, and Rainer. Easily they could come up with 40 points in one game combined, plus about 25 to 28 rebounds, and that's already a big number posted. But we have to watch out for LA Tenorio, the highly touted recruit of Ateneo that could probably be the last piece of the puzzle in Jolie Pass 3-year program for Ateneo.
You're very kind, at least here in the opening. And of course, when you talk about Ateneo, they will not be going with Wesley Gonzalez, who has been a picture of this team. It was a decision on the part of the team not to bring along Wesley Gonzalez, but they will just have to move forward from there.
Oh yes, well, you cannot just remove the numbers of Gonzalez from last year. But I think that decision should augur well for Ateneo. It's something that they've looked forward and they were prepared to do it. And LA Tenorio should come in really strong for Ateneo. They missed the guard, the number one guard last year when they lost a big 24-point margin to LaSalle on opening day. That's not going to happen today, Seb. I don't think that's going to happen.
In the meantime, Rico Villanueva is again not starting for Ateneo. It looks like they would like Villanueva to come off the bench. First touch of the ball belongs to De La Salle. Ramos on the attack. Corner shot. It is a bit too strong. Under the basket we go. There's a first block. Here's Cortez. He likes to set up the table. Ritualo is asking for it. And Renren, guilty of that first foul against Cortez.
I think that's a crucial matchup. You put Membrere on Cortez. Membrere would have to play very strong defense. I don't know how much this will take the offense of Membrere away from him if he's guarding Cortez from the outside, picking up his first foul and the first team foul for Ateneo.
He may just need his other teammates to really step up here today, given that defensive assignment. There's a switch. It's Cortez. No, it's still Cortez. And a foul against Alvarez.
2 quick fouls by Ateneo, all on the cool cut by Cortez, who's now starting and is not coming off the bench. Gone are Mac Juan, Juan Jose, Alvin Castro, and Maxi Bogsumol. And that's going to be a different story, a different look at De La Salle this year.
How is the pressure as far as La Salle is concerned? I know they want to win the court, but there is definite pressure. As he watches penetration on the block, Rubio with a good defensive move.
Well, so much of the pressure to get the number 4 for De La Salle. They prepared very well. No? They're not just looking at a 4 or 3. They're looking to extend really a dynasty here in the UAAP.
Just before this game, I managed to chat with Jolie Pa, and he just calmly told me that this game should be a game of height. He really feels that LaSalle is taller than them. That's why the gang rebounding factor may be something that Ateneo has to turn to today.
Well, we don't have Charma for De La Salle, and that could maybe to a certain degree. But look who's getting the blocks, Ateneo.
Cortez unable to penetrate the defense. However, Ritualo with a pickpocket job. Ritualo stops, decides to pass off. Led by Cortez is short. Rebound controlled by the Blue Eagles.
Even the Rookie of the Year last year, suffering from opening day jitters for LaSalle.
Looked like an open basket, easy basket for Cortez, but that did not happen. Already 8:36 to go. We are still in a scoreless tie. Loud, noisy, and this is the UAAP. The shot, the first basket by Ateneo. Knocking that in.
That's a very important shot for Ateneo. Bugia could throw the bigger men, particularly Manny Ramos. Ateneo growing first blood in this blue and green battle.
great storied rivalries in all of sports, no question about it. Must have been the Jesuits and the Latin brothers who must have said, let's have some kind of rivalry.
Ritualo, first points for De La Salle from Renren.
He is going to be the major defensive headache of Ateneo.
Oh yes, for any team here in the 64th UAAP 7.
And I'm sure Renren would like to end with a flourish. Turnover by the Blue Eagles at the 7:49 mark of the opening quarter. Let's now have our first Gentex update on the LaSalle Green Archers, and it's a pleasure to be working again with George Rocha. George?
It's nice to be back, guys, and in a big game like this, Coach Franz Pumaran is definitely hoping to win this one, and these young guys have to step up, but before they're going to get to that, he has to play with three injuries. Two of those are rookies. Carlos Sharma, who's suffering from a sprained wrist, and Pocholo Villanueva, who strained his knee ligament. BJ Manalo, who will be playing for his third year this season, is still recovering from a stress fracture injury. So we'll see if even with those injuries, the Green Archers will be able to fulfill the expectations of Coach Franz Pumaran. Guys?
Thanks a lot, George, for that Gentex update on the Green Archers. In the meantime, the Ateneans having difficulty getting their offensive flow in sync.
Oh yes, they've had a couple of turnovers, only that shot of Bigia so far. Renren Ritualo, 6 points, 2 3-point shots this early for De La Salle.
7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Seb Sarmenta alongside Randy Sakdalan. We have George Rocha for the LaSalle bench, and we have a new face for the Ateneo bench. We have Patty Laurel with us, who happens to be one of my students.
And that's going to be some kind of thing later on when we have the first report of Patty.
Will I give her an excuse to not appear in class on Tuesday because she worked today?
Well, you can start the attendance today, Seb.
In the meantime, here comes Paul Tanchi. Tanchi trying to bust away from Cortez, but Cortez gives up that foul.
First foul from Mike Cortez, partner, and a good move there by Ateneo trying to push the ball when they saw that the defense wasn't set up for De La Salle.
Itong si Cortez has also grown up in the 1 year that has passed. He has matured. I think his maturity was even evident on day one when you and I covered the opening day last year at Ateneo LaSalle also.
We didn't see much of Cortez in the off-season for the UAAP and didn't play much. And I really would like to know really the condition of Mike Cortez in this 64th season of the UAAP.
In the meantime, Ateneo still not using the much talked about Memorio, and Cortez cuts up the inside to give LaSalle a 6-point lead.
That's the biggest lead for LaSalle, and the 1-2 punch now for LaSalle is Cortez and Ritualo.
It's the defense that has been working for LaSalle so far. They're forcing Ateneo out of their motion offense, and there's any attempt to get close to the basket.
I'm really waiting for Tenorio to come in. Put Membrera on the number 2 spot. I don't think Membrera would be, very effective as much as he would want to play number 1, but if he switches over to play number 2.
Alvarez with a gutsy drive to the basket. He will earn a trip to the free throw line.
I'm surprised with that move of Alvarez. He saw the opening, made a good stride for it, and got the foul of Adonis Santa Maria.
And now talking about Patty Laurel, she has her first Gentex update, and she's going to tell us about the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Patty?
As you can see, you better watch out because Ateneo's Blue Eagles are coming out much stronger this season with renewed fighting spirit. They're willing to do whatever it takes just to take home the crown. Coach Lepa and his boys have quickly recovered from last year's wounds and are showing more pride this season. The team has undergone several preparations, such as joining the 3 PBL leagues, and as well as half of the team has played for the Mikaba and Father Martin's Cup for further polishing of the skills. Now back to you, Seb and Randy.
Thanks a lot, Patty. And of course, the Ateneans were extremely active during the offseason of the UAAP.
And up turnover on the LaSalle here in their next possession. Well, was right about the preparation of Ateneo, though Jolipa wanted to play down the off-season tune-up for Ateneo.
Okay, yes. In the meantime, you're watching us on Studio 23, UAAP season 64. The big one, Ateneo against LaSalle early on into the season. There's a double team. No chance for Alvarez to get a shot prepared. Season, however, has one. A good look and counts on the iron. And the rebound battle results in a foul against, it could be Ramos.
Yes, Manny Ramos sandwiching together with Cortez, sandwiching Paulo Bigia coming from behind. Number 1 on Ramos.
Do you agree that LaSalle is a much taller team right now?
Oh yes, this year 4 people gone out of the roster. Played at 2 and 3, but they've gotten Sharma, Gavino. There's a 30-second Timeout.
Okay, we'll recall that, and we'll take a short break. This is a 30-second timeout. We'll be back. Back with us here at the Araneta Coliseum, Paul Tanchi, while you were briefly away, managed to sneak in a layup. It's now an 8-5 affair here in the first quarter. Membrana's dribble interrupted, and there's a foul. I think, Randy, you should mention also, and I think Jude and the rest of the guys mentioned it yesterday on opening day, that we are implementing the new FIBA rules as well as especially in terms of the quarters.
Oh yes, we're playing 4 10-minute quarters, 8-second backcourt rule. And of course, the forced timeout will be charged to the teams, especially if you're at the 3-minute mark and no team has called the timeout. Manny Ramos now sits down. Mix Gossop, I heard he underwent an operation in the States, but being called to duty. Sharma won't be playing for LaSalle together with BJ Manalo and Cholo Villanueva.
Here's Season. Rich Alvarez in the corner, 5:33 to go. Here's Bugia with the layup. He is fouled on the way in. Sayang yun as the Ateneo bench comes to its feet. By the way, we'd like to tell you that earlier today, Gentex by Globe Handyphone awarded the team captains and representatives of the UAAP, the De La Salle Green Archers, Ateneo, UP, UE, NU, USC, and FEU with their Gentex cards. Gentex is UAAP's official privilege card. Available big discounts on the best stores, restaurants, and bars. Take it to the Gentex level here at the UAAP. Here's Bugia on the line.
The two missed free throws now for Ateneo, one by Alvarez, one by Bugia. Ateneo has not yet really scored from the outside. It's more on the inside. But I think once Rainier season hits its stride, it's going to mean a lot of trouble for De La Salle.
In the meantime, the very young Vaino is that the way you pronounce his name?
Vaino is half finished.
Oh, Vaino is 19 years old. Cortez with a kamikaze drive. Rich Alvarez, again a powerful rebound. Alvarez already with his third rebound of the game. Here's Season. Paul Tanchi. Membrana fires a long three. Just kisses the iron. Chasing it down with Season. Alvarez back to Season. It looks offline. Yes, it is. And Bugia scoots inside, but not without a whistle.
And it's going to be another foul on LaSalle. LaSalle is on a penalty, so that would mean free throws for Ateneo.
Ano nga ang penalty situation natin ngayon sa quarters?
Well, 5 team fouls per quarter.
Okay. The Green Archers need a timeout. I think they're worried about their fouls. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Araneta Coliseum. Our ball game currently standing at 8 for LaSalle, 5 for Ateneo, 4:58 to go. Still in the first quarter of play.
Major adjustments here for both LaSalle and Ateneo, Seb. L.A. Tenorio and Rico Villanueva making their first entry here in the 64th. Villanueva will come in after Bugia. Bugia is taking the free throw. While for LaSalle, the adjustment is they put in Michael Gavino, the rookie out of LaSalle Blue Eagles, to clog up the lane. Gosu couldn't get the job done, allowing Bugia some space inside and earning 2 free throws on that penalty foul.
Sa UAAP, partner, the way the games are fought so fiercely, the free throws provide a maximum difference.
Yes.
So yung mga nakaka-score ng free throw with all the noise and the pressure, nakikita yung character nila. Samantala, Tenorio, as Randy so correctly pointed out, on the floor for the first time. Here's Ritualo driving against Membrana. The running shot, familiar move, does not work. Follow-up connects.
So the first offensive board for LaSalle that netted them 2 points and steal by Ritualo.
Ritualo knew that he had no shot. I might as well go for the foul. Earlier, it was Adonis Santa Maria, the big man of LaSalle, who wreaked havoc inside. 10-6 is the count, 4.5 to go.
Just appreciate Lipa giving Tenorio the encouragement. Probably jitters for him. Lost ball, probably ate too much butter for breakfast. And Ritualo earning 2 free throws on that foul by Paulo Bugia. But Ritualo was last year's amateur basketball player of the year.
No question about it. I think Ritualo, especially in that first game against Ateneo, the big man in that game.
We made him best player in that game, and he was certainly the difference.
I think Ritualo's confidence, I've seen him for the longest time here in the UAAP since 1997, and he has just grown up as an individual and as a player as well. Ritualo, of course, the son of the former PBA player.
Renren Ritualo.
Yes.
His father plays the middle.
Iba yun, iba. Penetration, that is going nowhere. And where is this going? Let's listen to the whistle. There's body contact.
On Santa Maria.
Yes. Now, LaSalle may have to be a little careful with the number of fouls they're giving up in the course of the game.
But they've already committed 17 fouls.
Okay, that's correct. In the meantime, here's a high endurance sure shot brought to you by High Endurance Old Spice. I'm glad Old Spice is back. In high school, I used to use that.
I still am using it. Seth.
Okay.
Are we waiting for our supply? No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that.
It's called being simply sure about it. Now look at the tension of this game. Huh? Both sides have missed horribly from the free throw line.
Ateneo, Membrere, you would want to take a look at shot missed by Membrere if you're an Atenean. What he just did for his first free throw. But he'll adjust in a second. So 5-point lead for the Archers.
Biggest lead of De La Salle stood at 6 points, repeated at least twice in the course of the quarter. And off the dribble, there is a foul.
Cortez got lunches. Raider season called for the foul.
In the meantime, stepping in for La Salle will be Wilson. Wilson will pull out Santa Maria in the La Salle lineup. Here's a second view of that last piece of action. 4 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Day 2 of UAAP 64, and day 2 pa lang, umuusok na. But the games yesterday were just as exciting. Adamson almost giving UP its biggest scare. Pass inside. Shortstop, no problem.
First 2 points for Michael Gavino.
And Gavino seeing the crack in the defensive wall of Ateneo, now making it 14-7, the biggest lead so far established by the Green Archers. Great spin move!
Oh, yes! Hey, welcome to the UAAP for LA Tenorio.
And that is the dimension that Tenorio gives the Ateneo Blue Eagles, a slashing kind of player.
That should boost his confidence.
Here's Cortez. Down the baseline he goes, gets it underneath.
My God, he ran rings around Rico Villanueva when he lost Tenorio on the screen at the top of the key.
I think he took it personally that Tenorio scored on the other side. In the meantime, the Sambeda boys on the floor for the Blue Eagles. Villanueva is bottled up. Membrere free for a 3. Looks offline, it is. Loose ball being chased down. Ritualo has it.
Well, Membrere has to hit his outside shot together with Season.
Short pass, Gavino. And there's a foul inside. La Salle is getting its way in the shaded area.
Oh, yeah, because they're passing the ball, Sebdo. They're not just contented in the post-up play. They try to look for that extra pass. Rico Villanueva picking up his first foul. And Ateneo, too, is in the penalty.
We're going to take a look at this fine assist presented to you by SmartSend. SmartSend, the power to live the life you choose. SmartSend, your cell phone now. We take the short break. La Salle owns a 7-point lead. 16-9 is the hum of the count here as we're down to 3 minutes and 6 seconds here in the opening quarter.
Well, Gavino added a new dimension in the game of De La Salle this year. He's wide-bodied. He used the phone fake very intelligently against Rich Alvarez a while ago. La Salle didn't have this advantage last year, but they just have Maria Ramos and Vincent Santiago coming on the bench. Now, Gavino's producing major numbers here in the first period.
Interestingly enough, on the Ateneo bench, there's Box Adornado. I think he's helping out the team as well. And one thing he knows very best, that's shooting.
There is no question. Adornado,
if you want to learn shooting, you better learn it from William Adornado. Earlier today, a big win by NU against UE 94-74.
Oh, there's going to be another foul against La Salle, against Cortez. As Cortez drove in.
There's Box Adornado. Look at him, look at him. Ang namimiss ko kay Box, yung head and shoulder fake, no? Alam mo, hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin eh.
Ang galing, you really guess. Now this is an untested rookie, Eric Arejola, stayed in the team B of La Salle for the last 2-3 years, replacing Mike Cortez, who's now nursing 2 personal fouls.
Quite tall at the point guard position at 5'10". Of course, when it comes to amateur basketball, it's nobody better than our Professor Randy Sakdalan. I have a suspicion that you really live in Rizal Memorial Coliseum.
Well, it's right next to De La Salle, so
You buy banana Q there, of course, no?
Yep. I love the banana plate that you know.
Just like sa Loyola, bibili ka naman mais.
We have our own delicacy.
Kanya-kanya yan. 18-10, Salle is ahead and it's the man of the ball game. Arejola, into the wings we go. It's Ritualo, cracks him a three, refuses to stay down. 2 minutes 38 to go. Bad pass issued, it's taken away. Here's Wilson, sneaks it to Ritualo. However, Ateneo smart to it. Oh, they cannot control it at the baseline.
Good thing for Ateneo, there's LA Tenorio on that last side, but he read the pass by Wilson going to Renren Ritualo. And he anticipated that thing and that prevented a quick two for Renren.
You know, this is one game where both schools, both their alumni, their entire communities come together. But you know, if you're a basketball fan, kahit na hindi ka nag-aral sa Ateneo Lasal, this is the kind of game you would want to see.
Oh yes, you couldn't miss this Sunday game between LaSalle and Ateneo. And you're correct, no? Probably everybody took their vacation today for both the alumni of Ateneo and LaSalle. And I'm not going to go out of town. I'm going to watch it.
Or find a way to get at Studio 23 somewhere out of town. In the meantime, the pass underneath. Difficult shot will not work for Ritualo, and Rico Villanueva clears it. Here comes Tenorio pushing it hard, but LaSalle is quickly down defensively. And knocks it a three.
5 points off the bench for LA Tenorio. Sudden impact for Ateneo.
Taken away, Tenorio penetrates, scores. If that was the NBA, that would have been a blitz three.
My goodness, he spelled trouble for De La Salle, this rookie, Tenorio.
And the Ateneo fans are on their feet. Offensive foul against Ritualo.
He's just lighting up. He's just lighting up everything for Ateneo right now, Seb. This guy, LA Tenorio. He's brought Ateneo back from 8 points down, and they're just 3 points down at this point, 18-15.
LaSalle must have read about him, seen him in the NCAA, but it's different when you're on the floor already. As you take a look at this Smart Med play, Smart said the power to live the life you choose. Smart said your cell phone now. Into the corner, the open shot, Cruz. Bukia snares it down, pushes it up, won't connect. Villanueva, they gang up on him, and cleared by Wilson. Here's Arejola, downstairs, tries to sneak it inside, and I think Ateneo has adjusted to that pass downstairs.
Well, too risky a pass given by Eric Arejola. I think he should, to pull back when he couldn't do it. And Tenorio twice already prevented a shot from the paint with a tap outside.
I'm sure you're finding it difficult to see this corner, but we have the LaSalle players on their feet. And the Green Archers get a 30-second timeout. We'll take a... No, we shall hang on to the air.
Well,
now, okay, go ahead, Mark.
Well, this is another innovation, Seb, for this season of the UAAP. A team is entitled to call one 30-second timeout in the first half. So LaSalle's calling it right now. It's getting out of hand for them. Tenorio is just too difficult a task right now for Eric Arejola to handle.
Let's listen in.
Seb, the only thing that I can hear were the words under control. The rest, I couldn't hear it.
It was it is familiarly known as noise. But when you come to the UAAP and when these two teams collide, that is to be expected, of course. Here comes LaSalle. They need a basket here, no question, to stop this Ateneo uprising. The outside draws to Wilson. Franz Bumarin, he's trying to voice operate his team from the sideline. Wilson down the middle.
Well, that's always the advantage of Willie Wilson. He can dribble that ball, and he's got a steal, partner, but he missed.
Na-excite nung nakuha yung bola. Steal. Foul by Wilson.
And there is the penalty. That will mean 2 free throws for Andrew Cruz.
Ang sinasabi ni Franz Bumarin, ganito kalayo. Its opinion is that Wilson may have been too far off. Let's check.
Wilson was trying to go for that steal, and there's the foul call.
Make contact. Well, Franz is trying to use a little of everything to get his team. Calm down. Calm down in the light of the pace that Ateneo is setting right now. And they're beginning to hit their free shots, their free throw rathers. as Cruz cans one. It's now 2016, largest at 8 points earlier.
Well, it's a more comfortable position now for Andrew Cruz coming off the bench. Not really pressure to take the point for Ateneo. It's another steal.
Here's Cruz. Cruz goes up with no basketball and will go to LaSalle.
It's like a reverse of occurrences from last year. Ateneo putting the press, and they're getting dividends from their full court press.
Ateneo riding on the crest of a 7-2 run. A minute and 18 seconds in the balance here in the opening quarter. Wilson to Arejola. Arejola wants to call a play. Maybe that's what they have to do. Arejola swings it over to the other side. The shot, there was a whistle.
Cardona will go to the free throw line. Andrew Cruz fouling Mark Cardona.
And Ateneo is also in the penalty. 2017 is our count. A minute and 8 seconds to go. We are still in the first quarter of play.
Sev, LaSalle is a different team when Cortez and Ritualo sits down.
Offense
is not as fluid as it was when Cortez and Ritualo were there. And that's going to be a problem. We don't know the BJ Manaloff is coming in. What time of the season will BJ come in to take a look at Rainier and Joe Lipa talking things over? Rainier will be coming in a few minutes. And Cardona feeling the pressure this early.
Cardona, 19 years old, standing 6'1". Takes care of the second free throw to give them some breathing room, a 4-point lead. LaSalle now, their version of the press. Here's Tenorio. Tenorio has to get it over. Tosses it high. Back to Tenorio. He's free for a three. Top of the key. It will conk away. Picked up by Wilson, who has had a good job on the defensive board, has picked up his third rebound. Baino, free. It will not connect. Rebound controlled by Ateneo. Here comes Tenorio pushing it hard. LA looking ahead. LA looking ahead, and it's batted away.
It's really a different look now with Tenorio in the ball game for Ateneo. He's not just going to wait for the ball and shoot from the three. He's going to slice through both teams in the penalty.
And Rainier Season steps in for Andrew Cruz. Jolly Parilli shuffling his lineup here. He has on the floor, I think, Fonacher, Bugia, Season, Tenorio, and Villanueva. So he's adding a little more ceiling right now.
Yes, with the Season's entry, we've not seen Villanueva get a touch of that ball in the offense.
A good pass, yes. He managed to get it from Tenorio at one instance, but with the quick double team of LaSalle was able to jam Villanueva. In the meantime, Tenorio already netting 8 points, and that's coming off the bench as well.
You're going to expect more minutes really for LA Tenorio. It's given them a new look and a new hope this year really for Ateneo.
What is it about that San Pedro program? They are just, they develop such gutsy players, and Ato Badulato has done a fine job. And every coach in the college division wants to...
Looks at San Pedro High School. Ritualo came from San Pedro.
Offensive foul.
It could go against Willie Wilson. He's trying to provide a pick for Cardona.
Now, LaSalle will have to wise up to the way the referees are calling it. In terms of this is the way the mood of the calls are going, let's not give the refs an opportunity to use their whistle.
Oh, yes. And so far, the adjustments are not very good in the first quarter. 3 minutes into the first quarter penalty situation, Ateneo has attempted at least 10 times from the free throw area.
Tenorio with a wrap-around dribble. Tenorio head and shoulder fake. Here's Fonacher. Fonacher drives hard and scores.
He wants to come out for Ateneo. Larry Fonacher. It's just a 1-point game, Seb.
And Tenorio, that's the classic case of allowing the refs to use a whistle.
Oh, yes. And second on LA Tenorio, he has to watch out. Cortez is in the same situation for De La Salle.
This is the body language of basketball. The entire coaching staff of Ateneo, they were on their feet looking at Tenorio. No language, no words necessary.
Arejola said experience in the junior game. He has a teammate, if I'm not mistaken, of Paul Artadi and James Yap of UAE. So he's no greenhorn coming into this tournament.
It looked like UAE had a good start earlier, but NU?
NU just got the best of a 20-point blowout. And, people are going to look out for NU.
No wonder team mentor Sonny Pagia was smiling on the way out. We're down to the final 2 seconds. Will there be a shot? Season, there's not going to be one. A thriller of a first quarter. 23-20 is the half of the count. LaSalle setting the pace here, and we prepare for the second quarter. Back with us here. LaSalle won the tap at the top of the second quarter, and Cardona had a runner to make it 25-20. Rico Villanueva, second touch of the ball. Here comes Season. Season, quick release, knocks it in.
He has the advantage over Eric Arejola, who stands a head shorter. And that's going to be a mismatch because they're putting Wilson on Tenorio on the defensive end of LaSalle.
9 minutes and 10 to go. 3-point game, biggest lead of LaSalle stood at 8 points. Here's Wilson, came in somewhere in the middle of the first quarter. Gosum, set shot, will not connect. And the rebound taken away by the Blue Eagles. Pati Laurel will tell us about the Blue Eagles.
Despite the loss of Wesley Gonzalez, Astenistas are still very confident, especially for the addition of L.A. Tenorio, who's showing a very good performance despite that it's just his first time. The coach has really a strong faith in him and is already matching him up to guard Renren Ritualo. This is the guy that we should all be watching out for. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Patty, and that's definitely so. Not only if you play against Ateneo, but from a basketball fan point of view, you do want to watch Tenorio.
Oh yes, it's exciting.
In the meantime, the Blue Eagles make it just a 1-point game after Villanueva had that putback downstairs under the basket. Cardona, nothing there. And the rebound controlled by the Blue Eagles with an opportunity to grab the lead. Let's give this chance now for this Gentex update to George Rocha to tell us about the LaSalle Green Archers.
Yes, guys. Well, I guess Coach Francis' hopes for starting good was a bit filled with some hitches. They got into foul trouble too early in the ball game in the first quarter, and that was what really got to hit the nerve of Coach Francois. And so with that, he said that although he advised his boys to be aggressive, they became a bit too careless with that advice, and his words were that his team brought themselves into a free throw shooting contest that Ateneo was just taking advantage of. So coming into this quarter, that was really the only thing that he warned them against, those useless fouls. So guys, back to you.
And George, thanks for that Gentex update. Talking about useless fouls, Tenorio suddenly realizing that he will not be of any use to the team if he is sitting down. He will have to do so now.
3 fouls on L.A. Tenorio. That's going to slow him down. He might be back in the third period for Ateneo. He'll be replaced by Kimpo. There's a round of applause from the Ateneans.
Well, I think he lived up to his advanced billing, huh?
Yes.
Here comes LaSalle. Cardona, where is he going? Well, LaSalle has to make some adjustments on that play downstairs. Ateneo beginning to collapse inside.
And you have to wonder why they keep on going to that shaded area is so plugged up. Now they have to put in Ritualo. There's no designated shooter for LaSalle, and LaSalle is bleeding. Ateneo has a 1-point lead.
Yung play na yun kasi, walang kick out kay Renren, walang titira sa labas.
That's correct, sir.
Oh, let's see. Ito si Renren, wag mong ginagalit. Biglang umiinit ito pag ang LaSalle behind. That will not connect. Loose ball picked up by LaSalle.
Oh.
There's going to be a foul off that shot by Michael Gavino. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's 6'5". Rico picking up his second foul out of LaSalle Green Hills. Mike Gavino. They wanted him so much. LaSalle wanted Gavino so much that early last year he was already practicing with LaSalle, even when he's playing for the NCAA.
17 years old. In the meantime, Embrera is back in, and Season will segue back to the bench. Ball game standing at 26 Ateneo, LaSalle 25. LaSalle establishing as high as an 8-point lead.
Gavino showing impeccable touch from the line. Score is tied at 26, and the great thrust of Ateneo.
Really? Yes, Ricky Dandan dancing up and down. That is his game dance, of course. Gavino gives the lead back to LaSalle. 27-26. That's our count right now. Here's Kimpo on the floor for the first time, loses control. Here comes Renren Ritualo. He will penetrate, but miss the shot. He'll visit the line.
Paulo Miguel, last line of defense, fouling Renren Ritualo. Season and third is back to avoid a block by Paulo Miguel. 13 foul for Ateneo. These are quick fouls set in the second period.
In the meantime, this is a steal, a smart set steal Smart said the power to live the life you choose. Smart said your cell phone right now.
Rich Alvarez replaced Paulo Bugia on the side of the Blue Eagles. LaSalle's making a living shooting free throws here in the second period.
They've gone and scored 3 straight points after being down 26-25 to the Eagles. Ritualo makes it a 29-26 count. Kimpo having problems, and he's going to be guilty of a foul.
That's the problem. We don't have Tenorio in the ball game for Ateneo. LaSalle realizing that Tenorio is not in the game, they went to the press and trapped Kimpo. Second time that Kimpo's now stripped of that leather.
Seven minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Seb Sarmenta alongside Randy Sakdalan for today's Ateneo LaSalle encounter here in UAAP 64 and Studio 23. Areola looking inside. Here's Renren Ritualo. They're going to him, no question about it. Penetration by Ritualo. Again, another foul by the Blue Eagles.
But he's able to penetrate the defense of the Blue Eagles. And it's keeping Rico Villanueva to help out, partner. That's going to be very difficult, you know. Putting a lot of problem. Is that the third foul for Rico? Is that the second? The third, Seb. So together with LA Tenorio.
Mangangawit ang leeg ko sa scoreboard dito sa Araneta Coliseum. Pataasan na tayo doon sa NBA na pakaliwa, pakanan,
Tsaka konting patalikod lang. Here!
Pataasan.
That's the first miss in the second period for LaSalle in terms of free throw shooting. They've only missed once in the first period. Ateneo shot 14 but only made 7. And that could be a difference later in the game, Seb.
Ritualo takes care of that second free throw. 6:54 to go. 30-26. LaSalle with the lead. Here's Membrere bottled up. The short snap. And Bonasher taking care of delivery.
You know, with Gonzalez out for Ateneo, Bonasher is finding his spot, Seb, for the Blue Eagles.
Good point. Bonasher with 5 in the game so far. Ritualo. That will circle in. Yes, 13 in this opening half.
And a tough day at the office for Magno Membrere, covering Renren Ritualo.
Kimpo, he has had his problems. Will he get it over in time? He does. Kimpo, they gang up on him. He has nowhere to go. Villanueva, however, is there. To the other side, Alvarez. And he'll go to the line. Too many fouls given up by both sides of the shooters.
Well, the two teams, right, were able to penetrate the defense and getting it to Rich Alvarez. First time actually for Ateneo to really get it down low.
Actually, I think both sides are taking to the letter the coach's instruction. Don't give them anything.
That's a word at the dugout.
Not give them anything, guys.
No quarters asked, no quarters given. And this is just game number 1 for Ateneo and LaSalle.
Yes. Of course, watching that with a lot of interest will be FPU and USD and the other teams as well. Rich Alvarez got a lucky bounce there. 32-29. If you just joined us earlier, Ateneo managed to chip away at a lead of as much as 8 points to even lead 26-25. Alvarez takes care of the second good shot to make it 32-30.
Counter press.
Kimpo.
So Ateneo doing a LaSalle here in terms of the full court press, and so far Ateneo is getting the nod here in the first half.
Here's Bonasher jamming Ritualo. Ritualo, however, trying to break away from the defensive line. The shot will come in short. Rich Alvarez has a hand on it. Kimpo helping out, bailing out Ateneo of a difficult situation. Bonasher with a spin move. However, downstairs there's a steal. Ball is still in play. Last touch by number 11 of the Blue Eagles. That is El Mido.
You know how much pressure is on the backs of these guys. They dive for the ball. And boy, this is really LaSalle Ateneo, partner.
Aside from that, partner, I think both teams realize that this game will define their season.
Oh yes. A good win here, though, would start things off and really a sign of things to come for the 64th UAAP.
And both teams, of course, hoping that their campuses, either one of them, will be happier come Monday, of course.
You are hoping for that, Seth. The same with me. We don't want to entertain questions asking why we lost.
Imagine going to class and everybody's downtrodden. LaSalle still in the lead, 34-30. Alvarez digs in deep.
You know, Alvarez has learned to move well with the dribble and take his man one-on-one. And Ateneo's keeping it close, just a 2-point ball game for De La Salle.
Areola, of course, each one of us would want our respective teams to win, but we also want it to be a close and tight, fiercely fought battle as well.
That's right.
Which it is so far. Membrere picks up the errant pass. Here's Membrere attacking hard. Alvarez skies, misses. He knew he wasn't going to make it. Elmido with a turnaround shot. Can't drop it. In the meantime, the rebound controlled by LaSalle. Picks to Ritualo, who's half a step ahead. Boots it up. Won't work. Rebound controlled by LaSalle. They managed to secure it. Wilson has it.
Oh boy!
Woohoo! That was almost lost. Here's Ritualo, 12 on the shot clock. Ritualo long distance call, nobody home. 34-32, first half. We're in the second quarter. Membrere over to Kimpo, who seems to have settled down. Here's Alvarez looking inside, nowhere to go. Alvarez starts his grind. Alvarez jammed. Outside we go. Membrere, shot clock at 4 seconds. Membrere attacks to no avail. Here comes Ariola. No, it will not work.
Ardores hit the deck the last 7 times here in the first period.
Here's Kimpo to Rich Alvarez, who seems to be the point of the offense, but Fonacher says, let me try.
Oh, yes! And that's a big one because that puts Ateneo on top, 35-34.
And the Green Archers want to talk things over. We've got a timeout. We'll be back. Ateneo has a 1-point lead. We're back here at the Araneta Coliseum, coming to you live. Who smiles better today, Ateneo or LaSalle? We'll find out. Here's LaSalle's first offering. This is Victor Hugo. What a name, huh? Victor Hugo. He's 20 years old, from Makati, and he's from the LaSalle campus, of course. Nice smile.
Yep.
Mother Lily or Star Cinema might be watching today, huh?
Oh, we'll have plenty of that thing this afternoon, Seth. Both sides, I think, you know, we pride in possessing a number of killer smiles.
But who will smile the best at the end of this game? LaSalle grabs back the lead. Wilson providing 4 points for the LaSalle cause this afternoon. In the meantime, Paul Tanchi still in the backcourt. That will be gone. Ritualo senses the opening. Foul by Tanchi.
Oh!
And a basket by Ritualo.
Ritualo really waited for Tanchi to get committed. And the people play the making. Rejuvenation after the timeout. 7. I think it's Coach Jolipa's turn to call a timeout.
And we will be right back. LaSalle is back in the driver's seat, 38-35. We dissolve back into the Araneta Coliseum. That's our count. 38 for LaSalle, 35 for Ateneo. And on the line is Ritualo, who is now in a prime position to complete a 3-point play. He does. And if Pati Laurel, as we take a look first at Jerry Mercado of ABS-CBN. In the meantime,
Lost ball for Ateneo as Tanchi drove and lost that leather.
let's go to Pati Laurel for a report about the Blue Eagles.
For all you viewers out there at home watching, you should better come here at the Araneta because you'll really feel the friction between LaSalle and Ateneo, especially with a close fight. Early on, I asked Coach Assistant Ricky Dandan regarding the common notion that LaSalle is Ateneo's arch rival and primary threat, but he reminded that LaSalle is not the UAAP and Ateneo does not want to draw its focus on LaSalle only because there are a lot of games and a lot of teams to watch out for. Back to you guys.
Well, I think that's a proper attitude also, ano, huh?
Take LaSalle as a regular business customer.
But alam mo, you and I know that is easier said than done.
Yes. You know, you can't help but think about an Ateneo-LaSalle game, and you talk about it for weeks.
This rivalry extends to parties, to debates, to Ligawan.
And this is, I think, the oldest rivalry in the last millennium And it's gonna continue in the next.
Yes, and two very fine alumni of the Green Archers. I've always watched. I really felt Gia Bonilla retired too early.
Yeah. He's a joy to watch.
And I love him when he sings the LaSalle Alma Mater song, Con Todo Gusto.
I don't want you to continue that story, sir.
Why? No, I'm not going to continue the story. The point of the matter is...
I want to end it at that
okay.
point.
He sings it with feeling.
And you hope that the others would do the same for
Yes,
LaSalle.
exactly. Basta eskwelahan mo. In the meantime, LaSalle taking care of matters there. As Manny Ramos, all 6'6" of him, makes it a 5-point lead. Alvarez says, I want to attack.
You know, he's driving very well today, Rich Alvarez. Last year's MVP. 8 markers for Rich Alvarez. And this game is not going to go away for both LaSalle and Ateneo.
We're down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. 41-38 is the tally. Penetration, that is blocked. Arejola had nowhere to go. Alvarez is just such a fine player.
Oh, yes. Almido got the block. And, you know, Arejola, well, he's not really expected to pour down the points for LaSalle, but he's really spelled Mike Cortez at this point.
In the meantime, here's a Smart Z block. Smart Z, the power to live the life you choose. Smart Z, your cell phone, NOW now. Here's Stanchi. Here's Season. Inside he goes. Elmido waltzing with Ramos, the outside pass. Rich Alvarez cranks up a three. No, I'm sorry, that's Season.
Faulty defensive play by LaSalle. They overloaded on the low post, allowing Season to take a crack at that three. We're tied at 41.
Here's Wilson. Arejola penetrates.
Oh!
Yes! Well done.
Atoning for the block made on him gives LaSalle another 2-point lead.
Jolipa also felt that given the size of LaSalle, it will have to be a game of quickness on the part of Ateneo.
Yes.
That's why they're pushing it hard. They miss on that outside attempt nonetheless. Here's Arejola. It's batted away. Panchi stealing the ball, and in an effort to get it back, Eric Arejola ended up giving the foul.
LaSalle is knotted in the penalty, and Cortez will come in to replace Arejola. Bugia also coming in for Elmido on the side of the Blue Eagles.
And Mike Cortez, for the longest time, was on the bench.
Arejola did a good job, was able to spell Cortez, who settled with 2 personal fouls.
Season, Panchi, ball goes inside. Misses the layup. Picked up by the Green Archers. Cortez with the lead pass. Ritualo penetrates. No go. And there's a foul on the arm.
He just blew by Magno Membrere, Seb. And Ritualo's just showing his class.
Si Ritualo kasi creates havoc defensively. Nakikita pa lang siya ng players ng Ateneo.
Lumalapit na eh.
Lumalapit o lumalayo.
Oh, pag lumapit, aatakihin ka. That's what he does best. No? He anticipates the move of the defensive player. And that's why he's the best amateur player last year and continues to be one of the best players in amateur basketball. Renren Ritualo.
49.8 seconds remaining before this first half joins the colorful history of the UAAP. Here's Ritualo's second rebound, and LaSalle managing now to score 4 straight points after we were tied at 41. Time down to 45 seconds. Cisa double team. Clean steal by Cortez. He is gone, but he misses the layup. He has missed his second layup in this game.
Jitters on the shoulders of Mike Cortez. And Membrere picks up another foul. You know, Membrere is not his usual self here. Third foul on Magnum.
And that adds to the predicament of Ateneo as far as their stars are concerned. Tenorio with 3, Villanueva with 3, Membrere with 3.
I don't recall Magnum really hitting his stride here offensively.
It is Gavino for LaSalle who has the 3 personal fouls. However, the basic starting unit for De La Salle still medyo clean as far as fouls are concerned.
Wilson has provided really the leadership off the bench. He's got 5 points in the ball game. And Wilson will take another crack at that. LaSalle has a 5-point lead, Seb.
You are so correct, partner. Wilson, mula nung dumating siya, LaSalle managed to be calm, collected despite the attack of Ateneo. 6 straight points by the Archers after we were tied at 41. Press break by Ateneo. Bugia downstairs. Top of the key goes Season. Troy he crank up a three. No, decides to move in closer. Kisses the iron. 21 seconds remaining. Season another time around the block. It won't drop in. 13 seconds remaining. Cortez to Ritualo. Why not? Rebound control. De La Salle. Wilson. No. And this first half draws to a close. 20 minutes of action. With now De La Salle only a 6-point lead as both sides hit the locker room. The halftime palabas coming up.
These two teams play.
As my classmates are here, my batch from high school 74, they said to kill you, but I said you're a nice guy, really. But you know, they said, can you at least try?
I have an Atenean father, so he's high school 54 partner.
That neutralized. So glad you could join all of us here today in this very special presentation on Studio 23. UAAP 64th season, second day of competition. Yes, I believe we have to jump again. Here we go. La Salle takes first possession again. They've controlled these 3 hits that we've had so far in the course of the battle. Here's Cortez going inside, but it's read beautifully by the Ateneo defense. Here's Tenorio. Let's see if he can make up for some lost time. Lets it fly. It's on the iron, but there is Rich Alvarez to the rescue.
Good play there by Rich Alvarez. Getting the first 2 points. 10 markers. First Ateneo in double digits for this game.
Santa Maria. Wow, La Salle is parading a tall lineup together with Cortez and Ritualo. Ritualo circles around a huge pick by Ramos. Finds himself open, gets a good look, unable to sink it. Even Renren Ritualo in a preseason interview said nag-iiba rin ang laro niya pag Ateneo La Salle.
Oh yes, ibang-iba yung level.
That was a clean steal. Ritualo is gone.
20 markers for Renren Ritualo.
And that was sort of expected when you have Ritualo. If you can bottle him up, maybe it will help your cause. In the meantime, here comes Membrere across the timeline, applies the brakes. Season sends it over to Tenorio. In the meantime, Rico Villanueva got a foul.
On Santa Maria, doubling up on Rico Villanueva. Third foul on Adonis.
And that's a clear Smart Z steal. Smart Z, the power to live the life you choose. Smart Z, your telephone now. Here's Enrico Villanueva outside to Membrere. Some better connection with Tenorio there. In the meantime, there's a foul. La Salle giving up another. And that is on Michael Baño.
Second team foul now for La Salle. It's a difficult matchup for Baño. He's covering Rainier season. Baño is used to playing the 4 and 5 in high school. And it's to contend with somebody like Rainier season.
Na magalaw.
And from the outside. He moves very well from the outside.
Here's Alvarez. Altering his pace, drives hard, loses his control of the ball. Santa Maria was not exactly going to give him an open lane, but look at this, Tenorio with a heist, up, and away!
So that's going to make Cortez think about dribbling in front of Tenorio.
Tenorio may be feeling right now, I'm on a bit of borrowed time. And the coaching staff, I'm sure, told him, huwag kang susundot ng alanganin. Cortez managing to get into Santa Maria. Santa Maria starts his grind to the basket, blocked by Villanueva, but there's a foul prior to that block. We missed George during halftime. Now we get an opportunity to chat with George in this Gentex update.
Yes, if the Green Archers gave Ateneo in their first quarter was a free throw shooting contest, what they got in the second one was a plain shooting contest that Coach Franz was definitely disappointed with. So what he had to do was remind them of their defensive strategy in the dugout. Now the one they're going to have to look after is rookie LA Tenorio, who was a bit of a surprise for the green guys. Another thing he advised them was to stay under control and not get carried away by the emotions of the crowd, which is a big factor in this ball game. Guys, back to you.
Excellent report, George. And of course, I'm not surprised that LaSalle is a bit worried about what Tenorio can do as far as damage to their cause is concerned.
They probably didn't figure out he could be this big in his first game in the UAAP.
Here's Rich Alvarez seeing a slight opening, unable to fill in that gap, decides to slow down. Renren swings it over to Tenorio, who cuts up the inside, but to no avail. Rico Villanueva can't get to it. He's beaten to the punch that time by Ramos. Penetration, a bit off form and off balance. Here comes Ateneo with a 4-on-2 bust down. Here's Season, decides to go outside to Villanueva. Tenorio launches, badly run. Fast break by Ateneo.
I agree with you. No? They didn't really have the clear advantage in terms of numbers. They put up a 3-point shot and they give the ball back to LaSalle.
Here comes Cortez, and you know who he's looking for. That man, Renren Ritualo free. That's a simple play that Ritualo does to the max.
Very efficient from that distance. Renren Ritualo, leading scorer, upping the lead of LaSalle. 22 points for Renren.
And a steal by Baino. The pass off Cortez is fouled, and Cortez cannot get a layup today.
No, it's the third layup that he has missed, but fortunately for him, there is a foul given up by Rainier Season.
We have Cruz, I'm sorry, partner. Cruz is coming in for Season. And Ateneo has a quick huddle with Joe Lima. And Ateneo is being asked to go into their proper free throw rebounding positions. Coaching staff really working hard on the Ateneo players here.
Really an adjustment for Ateneo with Tenorio in the ballgame. No, he's an asset, but the other players would have to make the adjustment, like Rainier Season, Andrew Cruz coming off the bench, all not landing in the season's spot so far for Ateneo.
If you just joined us, Ateneo managed to overhaul a lead of as much as 8 points, led by 1 point on two occasions. Then we were tied at 4-1, and then LaSalle just bust out and have been in control ever since. Rich Alvarez with some inbounding trouble. Here's Tenorio, kicks it to Cruz. Cruz, and a foul given up by quite unnecessary at that.
Yep. There's no way he's going to shoot that ball. And that will be the third team foul for second foul on Mike Baino. Wimbrera sits down, and Conasher, who's playing better ball from the perimeter, is back in the ball game for the Blue Eagles.
Tenorio trying to drive hard against Cortez. Here's Tenorio, slows it down. Shot clock reduced to 14. Tenorio with a pass off to Villanueva. Villanueva says, I want to get going. Throws up the shot. You know that shot by Villanueva. Medyo nahuli yan sa PBL. Mahala na, akala mo lazy shot, but he's doing that with certain accuracy as well.
Sure, because he creates a space, but that's a good play for Ateneo. Tenorio and Villanueva working.
Villanueva has 6 points, and Cruz picks up the loose change. Cruz slows it down. Here's Tenorio. Over to Conasher. Conasher slows it down. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 6 minutes to go in the game clock. As Villanueva surges forward, he is fouled.
Villanueva is taking charge here in the third period for Ateneo. He's not thinking about the third foul that he has committed.
And now Santa Maria, a bit of a problem for LaSalle in the slot, as Santa Maria now has his 4th personal foul.
It's Wilson who will be replacing Santa Maria, who has 4 fouls. A good game of Wilson in the first half, getting the first nod of Franz Pumaren to take over the slot vacated by Santa Maria temporarily.
Villanueva seems to have a better stroke from the free throw line.
And he started here in the third period. I think it's good for Ateneo with Conasher and Tenorio in the ball game, together with Rich Alvarez. 2 for 2 for Rico.
And just to go back to Wilson, did not have really any assists in the first half of play, but his leadership on the floor was crucial, especially when Ateneo was staging that comeback of theirs.
That's right. If he can dribble that ball and bring down that leather for LaSalle.
High post double pick by LaSalle. Shot clock reduced to 6. Wanna-Share bats in the way, and the shot clock is reduced to just 5. Number 17 of LaSalle, that's Cardona stepping in, replacing Vaino. Ano sabi mo ang origins ng name niya? Swedish?
Finish.
Double foul.
Getting physical inside.
Let's see who they give it to.
Double foul with number 17, Juan Cardona. That's his first personal, number 12, Larry Wanna-Share.
It's Wanna-Share and Cardona who have been called for 1 foul apiece.
Jump ball at center court.
And I think the rule now is that when a double foul happens,
It's a jump. Getting to know for Cardona and Larry Wanna-Share.
54-49 is our current score at this sector of the game, which is actually our third quarter. 5:44 to go. It's going to be Villanueva and Ramos leaping at the center. And Rich Alvarez stretches to recover the basketball. Here's Tenorio. Wanna-Share, bounce pass to Villanueva. Villanueva facing the basket. Overshoots. Alvarez tries to reach it. LaSalle in control.
That's number 4 on Rico Villanueva, Seb. He's gonna be sit it down.
Foul number 14, Rico Villanueva, his fourth.
And that is to the delight of the LaSalle gallery, of course.
Just when Rico's imposing his will inside, commits a 4th foul,
A rather unnecessary one, and then
trying to snatch the ball away from Cardona.
And I'm not going to be surprised if LaSalle suddenly goes and attack Villanueva's defense right now. In the meantime, Cruz giving up a foul against Ritualo.
Cruz tempted on that show of the ball by Renren Ritualo.
And the Blue Eagles utilize the timeout. We'll be back. Our ball game currently standing at 54-49, and we are definitely jam-packed here at the Araneta Coliseum indeed. Earlier today, a 20-point win by the NU Bulldogs against the UE Warriors. The first half, it looked like the UE Warriors were fighting tooth and nail, but NU suddenly got their game going. This one has LaSalle in front by 5. Here's Cortez. Ritualo aims, knocks it in.
He's on target this afternoon. Renren Ritualo. 25 points for Renren Ritualo.
And the press of LaSalle continues to be applied, and a foul in the backcourt by the Green Archers.
Wilson committing the foul. That would send an Eagle to the free throw line.
We take a stroll to the other side of the floor, and this is Odette Pomaren. Hi, Odette. I haven't seen you in a long, long time. And that's the lovely wife of
Franz Sumaren.
Coach Franz.
Yes. Is that the son of Franz and
I
Odette?
think so. Excellent close-up smile. Well, LaSalle smiling as of now. And why not? They're ahead, 57-49. I think what LaSalle has done well in the game is that they have managed to weather several storms.
And now that Rico's sitting down, it could be a more comfortable position for them. But still a long way to go, Seb. Just a 7-point lead for LaSalle.
With 4:56 to go in the third quarter and the entire fourth awaiting us. Ritualo, however, with another open look. Rebound by Ramos downstairs. Ritualo!
He's having a ball. 27 points. And
Fiesta, Ritualo. 9-point LaSalle lead, which is a repeat of their largest. Way back at 54-45. And a foul against Wilson as he tried to deny Alvarez downstairs.
Alvarez would want that ball now from Tenorio. Third foul on Willie Wilson. And they're in the penalty, so free throws for Rich Alvarez of Ateneo.
Okay, Patty Laurel has this Gentex update on the Blue Eagles.
Okay, because Coach Lipa was very impressed with LA Tenorios very stunning performance in the first half of the game. He immediately placed him in the starting 5 of the second half. However, there's a big warning for the team, especially because Enrico Villanueva is already the borderline because of foul troubles. However, Coach Lipa wished to stress that the team must be organized, especially in executing their play to beat LaSalle. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Patty. And organization may be extremely necessary at this juncture. It's Ateneo's turn to weather a storm. Steal by Cruz from the rear. A pass to Tenorio. Does not force the issue because he had 3 LaSalle defenders in front of him. Here's Pugia. Outside to Tenorio. Monashare on the other side of the floor. Monashare slows it down. Tenorio. Not traveling. That's clear.
The defense stood up there for LaSalle, and Tenorio lapsing into the turnover.
Ateneo gallery with long faces right now, and they sense a bit of the dilemma that their team is in right now. 4 minutes to go. Here's Cortez. He's played steady ball. Not scored so much, but has been steady. What a spin move. No problem that time for Cardona.
Now, Cardona's a revelation for De La Salle. Nobody expected him to show up with 5 points, and steal here by LaSalle.
Tenorio on the attack. Dish off to Bukia, who was not quite ready for the pass.
You know, the Blue Eagles must now sense that anytime Tenorio has the ball, be ready to receive the pass. Bukia wasn't ready. Tenorio was really gonna hand off, as Ramos was all over him.
It is so difficult kasi, Randy, when you pass to a big man below the waist, nahihirapan talagang bumaba yan. But you cannot blame Tenorio also because he was trying to throw off the defense. Pass by Cardona, nearly batted away by Tenorio. Here's Cortez dancing around the shaded area into the hands of Ramos. The easy shot will not connect. Bonachera's handed it, but Cortez has quicker hands. 3 minutes and 12 seconds in the balance. LaSalle with its biggest lead of 10. Ritualo, Wilson, Ramos. LaSalle trying to be patient. The setup job for Cardona. 3 will not connect. Rebound controlled by the Green Archers. Wilson backs it in.
Now, without Rico Villanueva, Ateneo not boxing out properly.
Tenorio trying to speed it up. Biggest lead of De La Salle, 12 points. Bogia and Ateneo needs a basket to silence the LaSalle crowd. They get one.
Good rebound play there for Andrew Cruz. But did a good stop here for Ateneo. Down by 10 points.
Blue Bible Battalion trying to rev up the team with a jam and get that ball. Cortez, however, nails a 3.
Oh, and looks at Tenorio in the eye. This is the biggest lead, 7-13 for LaSalle.
This could be a brewing jewel here, this Tenorio-Cortez matchup. Downstairs we go. Alvarez looking up, looking inside, shopping around. And Ateneo beginning to crumble here. Tenorio, they could not put up the shot.
Trouble brewing for the Eagles.
The De La Salle Green Archers own their biggest lead of 13. By the Green Archers of De La Salle. I thought you were not supposed to chill during timeouts. Hindi na mapigilan pareho, no, ha?
Nope.
High endurance short shot brought to you by High Endurance Old Spice. There's one person who's happy that Old Spice is back in the limelight.
Willie Wilson.
How many parties did I attend using Old Spice? Don't ask. Don't ask.
I'm not going to push Seb. I'm going to wait for you to say it to me after the game.
Yeah. Because you're going to talk about Lexi's mother and so many other people we know.
And you're going to say it to us.
Okay, okay. This Ritualo has been the shining star of the Green Archers and does not stay down. It's Ateneo's turn. The onus is on them, partner. They just have to get their game flowing. It's just that LaSalle's defense is giving birth to their offense. Alvarez Ateneo forced into awkward shots.
Will it be on Elmido? Yes, it's on Elmido of the Blue Eagles. Alvarez just forcing partner. The offense of Ateneo not flowing. And, silence here, while LaSalle on the other end, making it easy for them to score baskets, since both of them the penalty free throws for Manny Ramos, who after being blocked twice in the first quarter, settled down in this ball game set.
And Ritualo deserves this huge rest. And LaSalle continues to play big. Baño is in the game. Ritualo says goodbye for the time being after netting 27 points, 9 of them happening here in the third quarter. His second quarter was the most explosive, scoring 10 of those 27 there.
Manny Ramos missing his first free throw. But they need to put some cluster of points here at the end of the third period to be able to at least restore the confidence going into the fourth period. They cannot allow LaSalle to stop them and get their numbers in offense.
LaSalle's lead maintained at 13. Here's Bonashare Alvarez with a large pick. Bonashare unable to can it. Rebound controlled by Wilson. Wilson already with 6 rebounds in the game. Wilson slowing it down rather, and a foul off the dribble.
He's posed a lot of problems for Ateneo, Willie Wilson. He's big. Alvarez trying to cover him. He can dribble. Cruz fouling Wilson, who dashed to the court on his dribbling wizardry. Look at that, the big guy dribbling the ball.
Wilson, 21 years old and standing at 6'3".
After Ritualo, he's the most consistent LaSalle player on the floor.
It isn't really the number of points that Wilson has knocked in. In fact, he has 9 points right now. It's just that his leadership and his utilization of his height at the point position or at the 2 position has been a source of strength.
And he's so economical in his movements. Not too many fancy things. It just goes up, makes a swirl. And this is a 15-point lead for LaSalle, 68-53.
And this is the biggest that they have enjoyed. Altanchi cuts up the interior, and Ateneo has not scored for ages.
That's a good ploy for Ateneo. They attack the pressing defense of LaSalle. Tanchi will get the free throws here. Willie Wilson gets his rest in the last 44 seconds of the third period. Mix Gosson coming in to play for De La Salle.
I was trying to yell at our statistical panel because I was trying to find out how long the silence has been for Ateneo. It's now a good 2 minutes that they have not scored.
In totality, 6 points scored in the entire third quarter for Ateneo.
Finally, ends the drought.
Big explosion here for LaSalle in the third period. 27 points scored. That's correct. 68-41 is 27.
Baliktad
ba?
Ateneo ang 41 points eh.
Okay. So,
21 ang score. Tama, 21 ang in-score ng LaSalle dito. Penetration. LaSalle gang rebounding. However, it is Season who busts out. Season scoops it over. Bonashare!
That's what we're talking about for Ateneo. They need to strike up the points here.
22 seconds remaining. 11-point lead. Gosum. Baño. Here's Cortez slowing it down. They have time. 2-second differential between game and shot clock. Michael Baño scoops inside. Yeah. Good move. Just his first basket, and again Ateneo unable to put up a shot at the buzzer. 70-57, LaSalle in command. We'll be back. If Randy Sakdalan goes home with a smile or I go home with a frown. That is the main objective of this fourth quarter. But first, the objective of this slow-mo is to show you this high-endurance sure shot brought to you by the high-endurance Old Spice.
Oh, but let's remember, Sev, basketball is played in 4 quarters. We may have won in the third quarter, but there's one full quarter. They've got to finish the game.
Especially in collegiate basketball, yung spirit. And on the other hand, LaSalle just knows that this is the Ateneo LaSalle game, so they cannot afford to just ride the tide here in the fourth quarter.
For a change, Ateneo won the tap for the start of the fourth period.
Let's see if that will change their fortunes here in the final swing. No look pass, and there's a foul.
Baino fouling Tanchi. Third foul for Rica Baino. First day foul for LaSalle here in the fourth period.
In concrete terms, Randy, ano ang mga kailangan gawin ng Ateneo dito sa fourth quarter?
Well, they have to run their offense with more fluid pass. They have to look for the number one line offense. They just turn the ball over.
And a counter steal by Ateneo. Rich Alvarez does not want to waste the opportunity, but he was not looking at the basket.
He was forcing it. They're not really looking to rotate that ball from the strong side to the weak side.
They were looking more to pass, but he had committed himself already in the air. All game standing at 17:57, 9 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. Here comes Season, offensive foul against the Blue Eagles. It could be a foul against Alvarez.
That's right.
In the meantime, it's time for our no-fear man of the game. Let's see what this play is.
Stars, I think, Larry Ponechero of Ateneo.
And of course, Larry Ponechero is no-fear play brought to you by No-Fear Dreams USA. Face your dreams, live your dreams, and any dreams begin here in the UAAP. Michael Baino, that spin move goes nowhere, it'll be blue ball.
Very tight play for De La Salle. They tried it out so many times in the first quarter and ended them very few points.
Watching with a lot of interest behind the LaSalle bench, of course, is Mr. and Mrs. Pilon Pumarin, parents of France. They're always there whenever LaSalle plays and their son is coaching. And talking about LaSalle, our good friend George Rocha from LaSalle is going to give us a Gentex update. George?
Yes, well, Coach Franz was obviously happy with the outcome of the third quarter. He was even smiling while giving his instructions. Now that they're going towards the end of the ball game, he encouraged his boys to capitalize on the fact that Enrico Villanueva is in foul trouble. He was telling them how crucial this part of the ball game is, and it's far from over. So he said, focus, 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 guys, and you can anticipate a happy ending to this ball game as well. Guys, back to you.
Salamat, George. Focus, focus, focus. It's going to come out of the ears of the players, but that's what they have to do to be able to take their first win in UAAP 2001. Here's Villanueva, turnaround shot. It cannot connect. A loose ball and the easy pickup by Ramos. Ramos is ganda ang sense with the ball ni Ramos, ano ha?
Yes, and because Ateneo's offense is very predictable. They go down low to Alvarez. No kick out to the perimeter, either for Rainer. And oh, what's happening, Seb?
Looks like a deliberate foul against LaSalle.
I think the Venus in the midst of it for De La Salle. Gonna give the ball to Ateneo.
Flagrant foul 2, because we do have flagrant 1 and flagrant 2 in effect here in the UAAP this year.
Well, that's something that he's got to learn. You know, in his first game, was given a flagrant 2. He has to get out of the gym, Sev, for Mike Gavino. That's under the rules. I think the coaches were given a briefing by tournament director Chot Reyes on the flagrant 1 and flagrant 2. And that's going to be a blow for LaSalle. Gavino spells them so well from the bench. Santa Maria's got 4 personal fouls. They may have to extend Willie Wilson's stay on the floor for De La Salle.
Blue Eagles, as well as the Green Archers, have a quick summit conference in the court, on the court.
Elvido's taking the free throws for the Blue Eagles.
Misses the gift shot. Almedo is 19 years old, standing 6'2".
He's introduced into the game by Coach Joe Lipa as a banger with a role to spell Alvarez, Pugia, and Villanueva in the rotation. He's wide-bodied, looks very strong to me. But he's got to put in the free throws. This was the problem of Ateneo in the first half. Made 1 of 2.
Ateneo's offense and their production has hit a snail's pace, Randy. You were beginning to talk about their production, only 16 points in that third quarter. They had 41 at the end of the first half and then added 16 more. Salle, on the other hand, chipping in 23.
That's going to be trouble for Salle once Villanueva pushes himself into the shaded area and knocking down Ramos.
Here's Cardona. The push shot. Oh, he got it.
You know, it's a big support to De La Salle. Mark Cardona, unassuming, but getting the job done. How many points, Seb?
7 points by Cardona, and he has given LaSalle a lift in the game.
Certainly.
Inside, Ateneo goes. Tanchi can't waltz, turns around. Can't nail it down. Elmido underneath. Long outside shot. Nothing is working for the Blue Eagles. From the outside, the ball is scooped away, and Franz Pumaren tried to keep it alive, but he's not playing. Big defensive jam. LaSalle pushes it to the other side. Here's Ritualo. Stops on the time. Can't crack it. And players, bodies sprawling on the floor. Tanchi. Membrere. Inside they go. Enrico. Turnaround shot. Whistle.
But the double team has to come earlier before Rico makes the drop step against Manny Ramos.
You know, in a game like this, the referees must be given horns like that. We're going to take a break here. Blue Eagles need a timeout. That's a high endurance sure shot from Old Spice. We'll have a report later, but in the meantime, we take a break.
Next.
Ang gabi, bayan.
Alas 6 na, alas 6.
A pleasant evening to all of you. In this headset, I'm beginning to feel there's a storm brewing.
Literally and figuratively, Seb. Villanueva getting his numbers here on the free throw line is Rico Villanueva of the Blue Eagles.
Patty Laurel reporting from the Blue Eagles with this Gentex update.
Despite the overwhelming lead of LaSalle, Ateneo's Blue Eagles are still fighting and giving their best to win. Coach Lipa quickly reminded his team that they should step up, especially on the defense, in order to get back into the game. Surprisingly, Coach Lipa is still allowing Enrico Villanueva to play, risking the possibility of losing him due to the foul trouble. I guess we'll have to leave it up to Coach Lipa's natural instincts to regain Ateneo's pride. Back to you, Sev.
For the simple reason, Patty, this is crunch time. He cannot not go with his main man in the slot.
Yes, and you cannot say for a day that may never come for you. So Rico Villanueva putting the numbers here. There's the press of Ateneo.
Keep in mind that LaSalle has not lost on opening day for how many times now?
13 years now since 1988.
So history might be against the Blue Eagles here today, aside from the fact that LaSalle has played sterling basketball like this man, Ritualo. That shot a bit forced though.
And it will go back to De La Salle. Ritualo has missed his last 3 shots here in the fourth
Medyo
quarter.
minamadali ng konti ni Renren. He just wants to dig in the dagger onto Ateneo more than anything else. Deflate their morale here.
You may have to wait for the rotation to come to him. Oh, that's a poor pass.
If there was just a kink in the armor of LaSalle last year, in their earnest desire to do away with opponents, they would run into too many turnovers and many of their leads would be chipped away.
That's right.
Inbound by the Blue Eagles. Tanchi. Tanchi downstairs to Enrico Villanueva. The waltz, the short pass, and that's not working at all.
Very difficult situation. That was too tight. No, the cut by Alvarez. The pass came down low for him. Ateneo's not going to the outside. At least, give them a change of look in their offense to make LaSalle think of double teaming downstairs.
Nothing has worked from the distance for the Blue Eagles here today. Cortez layup, that has not worked for him here today.
All game long, no layup for Mike Cortez.
That is his 4th miss of a layup, something that he scored with aplomb last year. Season ranks up a 3.
That is important, and we just mentioned that, Sev, and that could bring life to Ateneo at this point. I think LaSalle is trying to ask for a 30. There's no 30 in the second half. Only the 30 is given in the first half. The lead is threatened by Ateneo. 7-point lead only for LaSalle.
Now, the peeve of Ateneo is that it quelled the momentum that Ateneo may have had. And let's see how they implement the rule here.
That's a technical called against the LaSalle. And that's going to give an opportunity for Ateneo to even chip on this 7-point lead.
Was it because they tried to call that timeout?
I figured at least at the onset that it was because of that, but I really don't know exactly what caused the technical. I saw Mike Cortez putting his hand on the shoulder to call for a timeout. It never came, and a technical was called. Clarification probably in order here, Seb, for the referees.
And that is exactly what the officials are doing here. They are Joe Belga, Quesido, and Buenaventura.
Technical foul on number 11, Mike Cortez.
Well, the nature of which we don't know.
They went to season. They wanted to make very sure that would go in because they wanted to get some more momentum. The lead down from a high of 15 to a lead of just 6.
Only 2 points scored by LaSalle here in the fourth period, Seb.
Cortez shoving away. Cardona is Ritualo. This is where I think LaSalle does miss Mon Jose.
Yes, the skills of Mon Jose, but that has to happen.
Ritualo nails it!
Defense was on his face, drilling that big two for LaSalle. Renren Ritualo.
Ritualo with 29 markers. First two here in the fourth. Villanueva, glass shot, does not connect. Once Villanueva takes the shot, there is no rebound available for Ateneo.
That's right, and that's a crucial miss for Ateneo.
The lead is 8 points. The clock is down to 5:30. Ramos, handoff to Cortez. Cortez hungry for a layup. And that will work. That awkward shot of Cardona is doing wonders for De La Salle.
It's a major, major impact for Cardona LaSalle. 9 points for Mark Cardona.
I don't think Ateneo was prepared for Cardona.
No. He wasn't part of the report on the papers this morning.
Looks like Ateneo will have to press the timeout buzzer. I already saw Jolipa approach the scorer's table. Let's see if they get the opportunity. Less than 5 minutes to go. Here comes Cortez, and there's going to be a foul.
2 free throws for Mike Cortez. But the points coming from every direction for De La Salle. Cardona, Wilson.
Yes. Great pass inside. That's a Smart Z assist, the power to live the life you choose. Smart Z, your cell phone now. And we pause now for a timeout. The next 4 minutes and 51 seconds will bring to the fore the character as well as the mettle of both squads here. The defending champion Green Archers telling all and sundry it is not going to be an easy task tipping over the crown which is now on our heads. We've done so defending it for 3 years.
Cortez not having a very good game, Seven.
Yes, yes.
Distribute the ball. But offense-wise, he's not scoring. He's missed 4 layups. He's only hit 1 3-point shot, if I recall.
And Cortez, of those 9 points that he has knocked in, make that 10 right now. They have been struggling points, but the other teammates like Ritualo and Cardona have been able to fill in the gap.
Just like that, partner. Look at Cardona. He does the little things. He gives you the numbers. And, he's scrambling. He's scrappy. It's made life difficult for Forestier and Membrere.
Cardona, a very young, 19 years old, standing 6'1". 11-point advantage. Here's Cortez trying a crossover against Tenorio. Tenorio living up to the billing, but he was bothered by the personal fouls. He managed just to take the ball away from Cardona, and Cardona gives up what looks to be a useless foul.
And he even got it on the kisser. That's going to send Tenorio to the free throw line because LaSalle is in the penalty. Not really the best thing to do right now. You give Ateneo an opportunity to score unmolested.
Patty Laurel will report about the Eagles in this Gentext update.
Early on during the break, we could see that Enrico Villanueva was waving his hands excitedly, asking all the Ateneo fans to show more school spirit to overthrow the cheers of the LaSalle fans. And quickly, the team and the fans of Ateneo has responded so excitedly. Joe Lipa called the timeout and used his ever-famous drawing of strategies on the floor rather than on the whiteboard. He even said that, boys, we're only down by 10 points. Kayang-kaya yan for the last 5 minutes. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Patty. But if nobody else will have confidence in the team, if the coach does not believe in them, who else will at that point?
Right. You know, that's the right thing to do right for Ateneo. Mathematically, 4 minutes and 32, they just have to go down and work hard on their defense and execute their offense.
Ortez on the attack. He is bumped by Membrere. That'll not count.
But Ateneo is not yet in the penalty, so it's just a sideline inbound for De La Salle. La Salle will be using much of the clock here at this point. 4 and 26. They still have a double-digit advantage over Ateneo at 10 points.
Ritualo. Here's Cortez. Cool cut itong si Cortez talaga. Cool na cool talaga. Ritualo. It's hit somebody from the Blue Eagles.
Yes. Trying to close out on Renren with the pass in the foot of Rico Villanueva, I suppose.
Outside shooting of Ateneo has not clicked here. Too few and far between. Cardona downstairs. LaSalle gets it inside of a great pass by Cardona, who's a bundle of energy, jumping up and down. Santa Maria delivering on the firing end.
But it's made life difficult now for Rainier season, partner. He's covered both ends of the floor for Coach Franz Pumarin. Oh, the steal here.
And Ateneo simply crumbling here. Blue Eagles, a bit of their rawness showing at this point, and an offensive foul against LaSalle.
If it's on Santa Maria, that's been bye-bye for Adonis. Or it's on Cardona. Oh, it's on Cardona.
LaSalle now with 16 fouls. 3 minutes and 46 to go. And Ateneo beginning to run out of time and options at this point. 8-second violation. Yep, yes.
So much on the dribble for LA Tenorio. He should have given up the pass and not had this mano-a-mano thing with Mike Cortez, partner. Just cost them possession.
3:39 to go. And LaSalle's tradition of being unbeaten on opening day may look secure at this point unless Ateneo can string together some big baskets. Masasabi mo at this point, partner, cruise control ang LaSalle. Ritualo, however, has other ideas, and a foul from the rear could be Santa Maria.
And that's it for Adonis Santa Maria, trying to climb the back of Membrere.
Foul number 16, Adonis Santa Maria.
Not a good foul to give them at this point. He gives Membrere the opportunity to hit free throws. 3 and 23 remaining in the ball game.
Santa Maria bids us adieu after 5 points and 2 rebounds. Membrere on the line. Now, there are a lot of minutes and seconds remaining, partner. It's just that the big guns of the Blue Eagles are not managing to find the target.
Well, they couldn't get themselves on cue for, in a good range or in succession. They've had trickles. Rich Alvarez would have his numbers. Rico, but, there's still time, I think. But they have to hit the free throws. So
yes, that has been one of their main dilemmas in this game. Cortez. Ritualo back to Cortez on the handoff. 13 on the shot clock, 3:10 to go. Penetration underneath. Lasalle's going nowhere with this one, but they have options. That will be no problem for Ramos.
And it looks so simple for Manny Ramos and the De La Salle Green Archers.
The 8-second time that is needed to get it across is working against Ateneo. And Villanueva loses the ball.
On a tap by Barker gonna say, hats off to this guy.
Penetration, finally.
And what a time to come for Mike Cortez. LaSalle trying to put this game away from the Blue Eagles.
And it's a repeat of the biggest lead of LaSalle at 83-68. Nothing is working for the Blue Eagles as the Green Archers take it away solidly.
Wow, LaSalle is putting on a show here in the fourth period.
And the Green Archers have what is now their biggest lead. And it's quickly chopped down upon by Rich Alvarez. 2 minutes and 7 to go. And we are now into the last 2 minutes. Presented to you by Sudan. It's so damn good. Ramos, 10-footer, doesn't find the bottom of the net. 1:48 to go. Tenorio dish up to Membrera.
Two quick assists for Tenorio, netting them 4 points here in the last 2 plays for Ateneo. Still not giving up.
Here's Cortez. It's rolled on the floor. Looks like it's Tenorio, but no chance to stop the ball game because it's LaSalle's possession. Picked up by Cardona. And now the timeout for the injured Tenorio. He's holding on to his knee area.
I think he got into a bump with Villanueva and Tenorio crossbar trying to steal the ball. But Tenorio is still down on the floor. So I hope he's okay, partner.
I mean, not only for the sake of the Blue Eagles, but for the sake of a budding career.
The gospel today is about the Good Samaritan. George Rocha approaching LA Tenorio, probably checking out what's going on.
Well, our reporters have the spirit of camaraderie here.
Hopefully he's okay. I think he
They
got
will become the best of friends in the near future.
the same way that Pia and the George worked it out so well last year.
Yes. Tayo lang naman ang makulit eh.
What else for the game?
But I like this applause by LaSalle. Kasi maganda naman talaga yung nilaro ng Tenorio.
And they appreciate it.
This is very sporting naman. Kasi magaling naman talaga yung performance. And I think the rest of the UAAP will now find out what was the NCAA secret for a long, long time in the junior division. Because he played for Sambeda and nag-abot sila ni Membrera.
Together with Membrera. And of course, Ritualo is a product of Sambeda.
And way ahead sa kanila.
Way ahead.
2 years, you know.
Yes, si Renren.
87-72, 1 minute and 24 seconds to go. Inbound for the Blue Eagles. Here's Cecil. LaSalle's game plan in terms of defense and turning on their offensive keys all worked here today.
Particularly in the second half. Ateneo just couldn't get the game going. They had the brilliance in the first half. That's a fifth foul for Willie Wilson. But it's done his share for De La Salle, Willie Wilson.
And we will hang on to the air, and we might be able to get a report about
Tenorio's
LA
case.
Tenorio. No?
Aguila.
Anong buong pangalan
Aguila
ni
full
Tenorio?
court. Everybody pressure
Alfred.
ball carrier.
Okay.
Clear.
Enjoy
Clear.
pa din.
Aguila, everybody pressure ball carrier. Walang help side. Everybody barado passing lanes. Clear. They bring the ball down. If you can take a 3 points, 3 points. Come on, let's go.
Get down on offense. Get down defense right away. Get down defense.
Jolly pass, simple instructions given the situation of the game. Given the situation of where he finds his team in, a 3-point shot. He might as well go to it.
They've not hit consistently from the 3-point area all afternoon long for Ateneo, but it's it's the alternative at this point for Ateneo. It's the best alternative right now for Ateneo. First, they have to hit the free throws here make a stop against LaSalle and then go back and try to hit as quickly as possible. Make it a quick 2 or a big 3 for them. They should be in the ballgame. But time is not on the side of the Blue Eagles. A minute and 16, still an imposing 13-point advantage by the Green Archers over the Eagles.
Absolutely, yes. And yung championship caliber ng LaSalle lumabas sa game na ito. Can you imagine the second round for this one?
Oh boy, it's going to be bigger.
Missed by Alvarez. Banchi picked it up and Alvarez puts it against the glass.
Alvarez in double digits with 15 points. Oh, it's on Rico or it's on Mimbrere?
Could be Villanueva. Nadali siya sa switching.
Foul number 14, Rico.
Yep, it's on Villanueva.
That's it for Rico.
Rico Villanueva, 5 fouls.
That's a picture of the struggle that Ateneo went through this afternoon against De La Salle.
Well, Santa Maria's gone and ganun din for Ateneo. So the big man canceling out each other. Kung chess yan, medyo yung queen o rook mo, goodbye na muna. 11-point lead. Time beginning to be a teammate of the Green Archers, but the Green Archers throw the ball away. And Franz Pumarin says, why are you doing it at this point in time?
Cardona got the ball instead of giving it to Cortez, trying to extricate from the double team.
Okay, Patty Laurel with this Jet-Tex update, most likely about LA Tenorio.
Well, LA Tenorio, Ateneo's new gem, who was performing very well at the start, has been injured because there was a knee-to-knee collision with another player. Actually, first he slipped and then all the players ran across him and hit his knee. So he's resting right now and the doctors have advised him that he will not be able to come back to the game this season. Sorry.
Ritualo, yeah, no, not quite. It looked like it was going in. .8 seconds remaining. And a deadly silence on the side of the Ateneo, while the Green Archers and the LaSalle Gallery beginning to warm it up. It's a big win for LaSalle on opening day. Augurs well for their confidence. Inside.
Shot clock 11 seconds.
So, we now have the 4 winners and the 4 losers. Opening day winner was UP as well as FEU.
And NU. And I'm sure Ateneo will be back. They started the same way last year. Went on to post an 11-3 record in the eliminations. It's just one game, Seth. I think it's just one game.
I'm sad, but at the same time, there is something about LaSalle and opening days. At the same time, Ateneo and opening days. I think really, very seriously, Ateneo needs the season to grow into. While LaSalle is often firing early, Membrere could not buy anything here. Just 3 seconds remaining before LaSalle makes it official.
And for the second straight year, LaSalle will win over Ateneo on opening day, scoring above 90.
This Mark Cardona was the thorn, but it is a big win by LaSalle. 91-76. A very happy LaSalle Gallery will go home with their close-up smiles here today. But you and me and the rest of the Ateneo Gallery will be sad for about a couple of days.
Just a couple of days.
Just a couple of days, but the season is young. Who is our Milo player of the game, my friend?
Well, there is no question that Renren Ritualo, scoring almost at will from the first quarter to the last quarter, he spelled the difference, partner. This is an important shot over Rainier's season. They were only up by 6 points, De La Salle, but Renren got this shot and gave Ateneo the look that, we're going to finish you off. And Renren, 31 markers. Just impressive for Renren.
As the, what is the official title of the LaSalle song? Hail Alma Mater, kasi sa amin, graduation song talaga yung kinakanta. Before they turn out the lights here on us, the final score 91-76. A big win by the LaSalle Green Archers.
So good start for LaSalle and could be back to the drawing board for Ateneo as they, from this loss against LaSalle. But it's just one loss for Ateneo.
Okay, well said, but blue still looks good on you no matter what you say.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, in behalf of all of us here who have presented the UAAP today, it's a big win for the LaSalle Green Archers. In behalf of Randy, Patty, as well as George, thank you for being with us. Here in the big game, it's LaSalle against Ateneo, but LaSalle has the bigger smile as they win 91-76. In behalf of all of us, Sam Sarmenta saying we'll see you around for more of the UAAP here on Studio 23.
Some combat action and special effects may not be suitable for very young children.